Do you know which flower in this arrangement is named after the Latin for sword? Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's arrangement called Indian Summer, named after this specific variety of beautiful gladioli which has been especially grown for us, and its colours perfectly represent this glorious time of year. I'd like to introduce you to two new perfectly seasonal stems which we're using for the first time this year. We've got some Carthamus and Rosehip, which have both been grown for us in Lincolnshire by the lovely Mr. Robinson. Now it's time to arrange, but first of all we must look after our flowers using these easy steps. Use a clean vase, some clean room temperature water, snip a diagonal inch off the end of all your stems, and use your flower food. We're going to start arranging with our lilies, and you're either going to have 2 of these Oriental Zelmira lilies or 3 of these beautiful LA lilies. I'm going to use the Oriental lilies. I'm going to face them opposite each other in the vase. If you've got the LA lilies, create an even triangle around the edge. Then I'm going to take my seasonal rosehip and I'm going to place them at about a 60-degree angle around from my lilies. I'm going to do the same with my fluffy solidago, creating or finishing the circle. And what we've created here is a beautiful stem grid in the middle of the vase, which provides plenty of structure for our taller flowers to stand up in the middle. So now, using our structural stem grid, I'm going to take my taller gladioli and create an even triangle a little more centrally. And then I'm going to take my Carthamus, or the punk rockers of the flower world, and I'm going to pop them in the very centre and pull its branches out and through the other stems. And then we're going to finish with our wild, majestic soft ruscus, stems in the centre, allowing it to fall out in any direction. And there we have a fabulously seasonal, beautifully colourful arrangement, perfectly fitting for this time of year, even if there may be a bit of rain. You may need to give this one about 4 or 5 days to look its absolute best, and the lilies and gladioli need to pop open, and then it will look a little more like this. A very quick question for you. Do you know which flower in this arrangement is named after the Latin for sword? The answer is gladioli, or gladiolus in Latin, meaning sword, for fairly obvious reasons. And all I'm going to do is trim them down for this, a lovely optic vase, and create a few lovely little bud vases to go with it. And to do this, all we need to do is trim about 1/4 off the end of all these stems, and then follow my arranging tips from last week. So here we have our beautiful trimmed down optic vase, and when you were trimming the stem, a few stems may have fallen off with your Lysianthus, for example. And then with a few of the stems that are in your arrangement, you can go in and trim off some of the lateral stems as well. And then we can make some beautiful little bud vases with these trimmings. These are perfect to make sure absolutely nothing goes to waste. So there we go, a magnificent trimmed down optic vase, and 3 beautiful matching little bud vases, perfect to dot around the table along with this, or to go in your bedroom or bathroom. And doing exactly this sort of thing is what makes having flowers each week quite so fun, a real chance to get really creative. So give it a go, and hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.